There's also an adjustment here. There's two knobs, and it allows us to move this up and down. Now this chair has two other adjustments. That chair only has one more adjustment for this chair. Go ahead and lean in and see if it fits you. All right, you need to sit back up for a second. The one thing you can do is you can adjust the armrest. It goes up and down. We usually want that to be pretty stable. There's also an adjustment here. There's two knobs, and it allows us to move this up and down. Now this chair has two other adjustments. That chair only has one more adjustment. This one, you can move here, which we probably want right about there, or we can move there. So let's see how that fits you. See if that works any better. Is that good?
I feel like my chin is hitting here.
Okay.
I'm
All right, then get up for a second. One of the other things that we can do is we can adjust the seat. So if we bring the seat up a little higher, actually try that, see how that works for you.
Oh, yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So what they're going to do is they're going to sit down on the seat, they're going to kneel on these pads here, they're going to put their arms here, and when they lean into the headrest, their head should actually fit into the headrest. If their chin is hitting well below, then you need to adjust the headrest up, or you need to adjust the seat up so that their head actually goes in. That's where they're going to be comfortable. So you're comfortable at this point?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Generally, we start a seated chair massage, and you guys got to watch your body mechanics on this because you're going to be doing a lot of these in a day if you're going to do them. So you really got to pay attention to your body mechanics. But we're usually going to start with compressions. So we start by going down the back, a series of compressions. Flat-handed, you're not digging in with your palms, you're not digging in with your fingers. You're just kind of warming up the tissues. Now you guys will also notice when I work, I don't ever press straight in. All of my compressions are press and lift. Okay, it's a form of myofascial release, a very minor form, but it does work. If you get to the middle thoracic region and something pops, it's not uncommon. If they seem surprised by it, tell them you didn't break their back. It's just, a little bit of air releasing from around their vertebrae. Don't tell them that you just did a spinal adjustment. Okay, even if you know well enough to know that you did a spinal adjustment, don't tell them that's what it was. The second thing I'm usually going to do is I'm going to warm up the paraspinal muscles. There's a series of muscles running down either side of the spine, so we're going to warm those up. What I do is I take my thumb and forefinger and I'm going to pick up the tissue. I'm actually using my whole hand to do this, but you're going to see it between my thumb and forefinger. You can go all the way down over the glutes. I'll usually take a second row of this out a little bit further. It's a good kneading stroke. It's going to warm things up for them, and it usually feels pretty good. Okay, then I'm going to shift to the other side, and I'm going to warm the other side up. You guys see why we have the t-shirts now. If you're going to be doing this for marketing, it's a great thing to have because the only thing the people on the outside are going to see is your back. Now because we can't, they have their clothes on, we really can't do a whole lot of kneading and we can't do very much effleurage at all. We're going to do a lot of shiatsu or acupressure. So the next thing I usually do is I'm going to take my thumbs and on either side of the spine, in the lamina groove, I'm going to do thumb pressure. Again, I'm pressing in and pushing up. And if you're watching my body mechanics, you'll notice that I'm leaning into it. I'm not using my hands specifically to do this. I'm not using my shoulders. I'm using my body weight. And when you get down lower, instead of bending over to do this, you're going to start bending your knees. You're going to do your best, the best you can to keep your upper body straight. That's what's going to save your back. For those of you that know shiatsu, this will be one of the bladder meridians. Splatter 1, right? Anybody know? Okay. We're going to go all the way down over the sacrum. And I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to do bladder 2. which is basically out about an inch. Another acupressure line. If you find some knots, you can hold them, you can work them out a little bit. But like I said before, this really isn't designed to work out big problems. This is just a relaxation routine. If they've got big problems, you want to get them on the table. And you can see why a herniated disc might be a really big problem for this, because of the pressure that we're putting directly on their back. Remember, anytime we do direct pressure, we're going to kind of want to do something to make it feel good, leave them with a good sensation. So I'll usually go down the back, a little bit of a circular motion. These chairs are designed to hold a tremendous amount of weight. You can actually get their bodies rocking pretty well. Anytime you get a joint moving, it's going to release endorphins into the bloodstream, so they're going to feel pretty good by the time they get up. All right, then I'm going to come up, I'm going to do a little bit of work on both shoulders. Just some thumb circles, working the trapezius a little bit. And then I'm going to pick a side. Generally, I'm going to start with the side this time that I started with originally. So I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to take one shoulder at a time. And I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to use all my fingers together so I can get some pretty good pressure. And I'm going to do some circles all the way around the scapula, medial border, down to the inferior angle. Okay, you can go up above the top here, work into their shoulders. You can use your thumbs out on the vertebral border. Now, if you found some problems in their traps, you can take a few minutes here, see if you can find any specific knots, work them out a little bit for them. Find something you want to hold, you can hold thumb pressure just like we do in our routine. And then again, smooth it out a little bit. We did some specific work, leave them with a good sensation. Now, before we leave this shoulder, we're going to do the arm. So you usually go down on one knee for this. You're going to take their arm gently off the armrest. And from the shoulder down, you're going to put a hand on either side of the arm, and you're going to twist. Just rock it back and forth. You guys see how that opens up the shoulder joint? Okay. Then a little bit of petrissage. Just knead the arm the whole way down. Okay, and then you can use a hand. You can kind of do it the way we did it in deep muscle. Do a little bit of milking. Twist and pull the fingers. Again, a little bit of popping is not abnormal, but if it seems to distress them, let them know you didn't break anything. And do a little bit of twist on the wrist. Don't torque it too much. Remember, you don't have any lubricant here, so just gently, a little bit of mobilization. Okay, and then I'm going to knead back up the arm. You get women on the chair that have exceptionally large breasts. Be careful that you don't run your back of your hand along them while you're doing this. I know it seems funny, but it's possible. I'm going to shake it out again. And then we're going to bend the elbow and gently place the arm back where it was. I'm going to come back to the shoulder. I'm going to work my way across, just as a transition. And then we're going to do this shoulder. I'm going to work all the way around the scapula.